Hi everyone, welcome. This is the very first full moon of January, the full moon of 2023. And I wanted us to start venturing into the new moons and full moons through the astrology notes on Patreon, but also through videos, all right, you all? So please remember to thumbs up this video. Send and share this video out. People who make you feel good. People who allow you to continue growing and blossoming into the person that you are destined to be, you all. Please send it and share it with those groups, organizations, and people, okay? Please remember to subscribe. Turn on your ringer so that you can hear when the videos are posted. You feel me? Please remember to watch the yearly reading. Please watch the weekly episodes, the weekly offerings, okay, you all? All right, so let's hop right into this. Oh, also, if you would like to send love offerings, love tips, love donations, the Linktree link is in the description box below. But also the Amazon wish list is on the Linktree link, and Cash App link is in the description box below. All right, you all. So, as always, I got the chart printed. Happy belated full moon. The full moon took place Friday, January 6th. So this full moon, the ascendant was Cancer 23. Immediately in my head was that nurturing of fulfillments. And for us to, first things first, congratulations. To be able to journey down the path of the individual, identifying with yourself, growing curiosity, growing your awareness to your mind. Congratulations on being on that path. Congratulations on stepping on that path of growing, of wanting to know. So while we're on this path, please remember to check your energy levels, check weigh out decisions. Weighing out decisions is going to be very beneficial. Bentiful, that's the word I'm going to use, bentiful. It's very beneficial, my girl. It's very beneficial and vital for the assistance and growth of, ourselves, our body, our systems, our habits, our families, our foundations. But for the expansion of your mind, for the expansion of curiosity, for the foundation, to build better foundations, to review foundations, to see from me, really, do we need to get a new roof or can we last 10 more years? You feel me? All right. So really what I'm looking at is checking in with fulfillments. Checking in fulfillments really look like, did I accomplish this goal? If I had a goal of this when I became an adult, did I accomplish that goal? And a lot of times here, people beat themselves up. People are very obsessive over their emotions. They're very touchy-feely. And I want us to be mindful of our emotions. I want us to use our emotions. I want us to feel our emotions. This full moon, let's feel our emotions. Let's feel all the senses and all the accomplishments that we've, done so far. Let's feel all the experiences, all the ways, our decisions that we've made so far since the new moon, especially since the new moon of December 23rd. What about the habits that we set? What about the long-term, short-term goals that we set? Do they service us? Do they honor the growth of us? And that's what we're doing here. The moon is in the 12th house. It's not really the 12th house if we read the chart. Do whole signs it'll be like first house before the ascendant. So here we need to be very mindful of our emotions. How our emotions impact our awareness and our identity about the world, about ourselves. So here we need to be very mindful of our sensitivity of our emotions of ourselves. We need to be sensitive in our stomach and what we eat in our intake. We need to be sensitive in collaborating and connecting with people. Because here, since it's, whole sign to be first house before the ascendant, but since I'm looking at it off of regular Astro.com, no house system. Well, no house system that I choose. It was already the ones that they already placed for us. I'm thinking Placidus. Placidus. It's in the 12th house. So the undoing is really the doing. The doing is the feeling. The doing is the thinking before. The doing is the journeying into our habits of nurturing, of recognizing, of honoring ourselves, of honoring our growth, of honoring our systems, of honoring our habits. You know, we got a habit. It's not really that big. But what is it? Maybe we should be mindful of that habit, so we know when situations come up, we know things that can put us back wanting to engage in that habit. So I'll give you a really good example. I love those donuts, Krispy Kreme, and it's only certain times I want Krispy Kreme. So if I get in the habit of always wanting Krispy Kremes, I know that's not good for me, because if I eat all these Krispy Kremes, I'm gonna get cavities in my mouth, and that's not the growth, the best of my teeth, the best of my permanent retainer. You feel me? That's not the best for me long term, because unless I'm flossing every day, unless I'm taking conscious, active awareness of the things, the habits that I'm engaging in, and to counteract the behaviors, you remember, to counteract how they are going to impact me. If we put in the work, then we can assist with these behaviors. But if we ignore them, then how can, we control them? The only thing that we can control is what? How we engage, who we engage with, how long we engage with them, our emotions, how much we engage during the day. So say, for instance, you got like 10 things to do. And you're like, I'm not going to do any of that. I'm going to sit and watch TV. But those things have a deadline. We have to think about how we are engaging, how we are moving. And this full moon, this is a period of checking in with ourselves, to really reevaluating if the habits, the motives that we planned, if they service us. If they truly service us right now, service us short-term Leo season, long-term for building better foundations for our life, for children. Is this developing and nourishing and nurturing the individual that I want to be? Is this nourishing my development of self, my exploitation of self, my understanding and compassion of myself? Is this nurturing and nourishing my inner child, my developing in connection, in communication with my children, with my values of how I pass them on to my children, of my values on how I see the world, develop my ideals upon the world, and set goals? All these situations are impacted. And right here, it allows us to really come back to source. And when I say that, I think honestly, building of the pictures, like, the pictures of genographs is what I thought in my head, but geograms, isn't that like family trees? The building of family trees, the pictures of family trees, and connecting the dots. And when we are able to do that, we're able to find out what belongs to who. But that also, in the smallest sense, looks like cleaning up our house, organizing our house, organizing our clothes, organizing. That's what I'm trying to say. Organizing our thoughts, organizing our office supplies, organizing our kitchen, organizing our bedrooms, organizing our shoes, organizing our I wanted to tell you, like, undergarments, organizing them. You all, I want you all to think about ways of nourishing, of validating yourself. I want you to think about the first time you validated yourself and how that felt. The first time someone else validated you and how that made you feel. How can you deepen your trust within yourself, your faith within yourself, your love and your admiration to yourself. But also, this is how can you keep things more private to yourself? More private. I love you all. I love you all. I love you all. Let's do affirmations. What is the new moon? Oh, excuse me, I keep saying new moon. This upcoming new moon is going to be very impactful then. All the things that we're reviewing right now, let's be mindful of our intentions for the new moon. Let's be mindful of our energy so we can engage in the new moon. Let's be mindful of what the full moon and new moon means. What are some habits that we can set for ourselves? So we can engage with our kids with. What type of foods? It's really giving me like how you curate care for yourself. I like this a lot. Think about how you can curate care for yourself habitually. More habitually. Especially as you know you're an adult. When you were a child, what did your parents do? How did you see them curating care? How did you see their relationships? How did you see your mother and your father engage? Because silently here, I'm looking at the moon conjunct Pallas Athena, and Pallas Athena is retrograde. There is a silent, how is your relationship to your father? What did curating and nourishment look like from the paternal viewpoint, the paternal sides? Maybe that looked like, caring for the house. I don't know. What did that look like? What was each person's job or like system or like routine within the family? What was your routine within the family? What do you define family routines, family hierarchies, family engagements? And here is a 16. Vocal development? Wait. Oh, here it needs to be more vocalization, more honorance, more recognition, more upliftment within the people within the family. I feel, how some people, when you are connecting and thinking about connecting, I want you to think about also rejoicing in that connection, also reassuring those connections. When we are out here wanting and connecting to these things, we need to think about ways of nourishing these connections. What does a nourishing connection look like? Maybe that's some solitude. Some solitude needs to really happen to think about that. Maybe a review of your own childhood, your review of your own ways and viewpoints of nourishing needs to happen this full moon, so you can think about, or so we can think about all making better decisions regarding our ways of connecting to people. That's trusting people, that's understanding people, that's protecting people, that's also making sure that values align. You might see that different people, you might find that Cancer 23, Moon 16. Yeah, I'm just saying it's like different people have different values, and from these experiences, we're just learning different people's awareness of different values. And I think this is a beautiful lesson. I think this is a glorious and beautiful lesson, because through this we learn to make better decisions, but we make better decisions on relating to people. You feel me? Like, we don't have to go through the same situations to know that this is going to happen. We can be thinking about and looking about things in the forefront. We can be thinking about things to think about. You feel me? The questions to be asked. I like this because this kind of teaches of like being aware of the red flags. What is a red flag? What is development? What is identity? And everyone's own family, culture, race, environment has their own viewpoint of identity. Family has foundation, have different viewpoints of identity, of nourishment, of security, of relating, of being compatible, of showing love, of relating to their mother, of communicating with their mother. What is that showing you? What are you going to use with this information? Moon in front of Pallas Athena, though, I need us to be very mindful about our emotions, our engagement with our siblings, our engagement with our energy levels, our engagement with our fathers and with the leaders. Okay, cool. We got a card. We got two cards. Okay. So the first card, and it's sideways, it says, I am open and receptive to new avenues of income. Interesting. New avenues of income. This is giving me immediately in my house, second house. In my head, I said second head. I was like, what's going on here? So seeing things from a different perspective. Second house is also that, the formation of values of the identity, so that can be formed from your parents, from your caretakers, from your environments. And from these, we can use them as stepping stones. We can use them as tools, resources to our benefit, to assist us in growing our own awarenesses about life, about people, about relationships. Green is heart. The heart opening, the soothing of the heart, the expansion, the awareness of the heart. And to build awareness of the heart, which we are doing during this full moon in Cancer, it allows us the opportunity of expansion, of unearthing, of better connecting to our own selves. I now receive my good from expected and unexpected sources. I am unlimited being, accepted from an unlimited source in an unlimited way. I am blessed beyond my fondest dreams. How can you be more receptive of that, Cancer? Oh, excuse me, not Cancer. How can we be more receptive of that, you all? More honoring of building that, more open. The next one says, I trust the process of life. There is a rhythm and flow to life, and I am part of it. Life supports me and brings me to my only good and Life supports me and brings to me only good and positive experiences. I trust the process of life to bring me my highest good. Back of the deck. All that I need to know at any given moment is revealed to me. Yeah, I was really thinking about that, and I was really waiting on this sign to come up. You know, when information you weren't able to understand it because you were a child, because you didn't have that level of awareness, because you didn't know the full story, you didn't know the full integrated puzzles. I feel like now, since we have this newfound growth in ourselves, this newfound maturity, this newfound inner depth, this newfound curiosity, but more so growing it strategically, so using our experiences wisely. I feel like through this, we're able to reflect upon our childhood, upon our family, upon our relationships, upon our first relationships and engagements with people. To be able to reflect, to see the impact, to change, to understand, so one can set better relationship, better habits. And I'm glad that this came out, because it's very reassuring, because that's what we need, reassuring. We need to be reassuring ourselves. We need to be in reassuring and receptive relationships, environments. But we also need to be receptive and patient and understanding and nourishing to ourselves, to the growth of us. The front of the card says, life is simple and easy. So it's sideways. So life is truly what we make it. That means how we control, how we engage, our understandings, our perspectives. Have a wonderful full moon, everyone.